Alisson Becker laid it. We'll chop that out in the edit. It's all fine. Over the board kind of boss. I'm glad you guys are paying attention and just cracking on what actually we should be doing here, as opposed to whatever the hell that was. Boss for Alisson. Boss. Hi, boss. Is he in man-the-match territory, Alisson Becker? Is he that sort of level of boss? Because it feels like he might be. But yeah, do tell me. Do tell me. Ali Boss, man the match. See, there we go. Hi Boss, hi Boss. Loads of bosses. Paul says Boss. Michaela says Boss. Yes, he is. Basically Vader. Defo, yes. But okay, I know what I'm doing now. Ali Boss. Okay, I know what we're doing. Okay, I hear you. Sound. He's man the match territory. Sound. Trent Alexander-Arnold then. Listen, I don't think he had his greatest afternoon. Let's put it like that. Started badly, got better, and then kind of didn't for a little bit as well. Forced off injured. I do hope, beyond all hopes, that isn't anything too serious, to be honest with you. Because as much as, again, I don't think it was his greatest performance in Liverpool shirt ever, he's still a wonderfully gifted footballer, and one I would like to see fit and available for Liverpool more often than not. Skep Low says sound, I think. Seth S says sound. Got low sound. You've all getting the assignment, at least, in terms of not just saying where it needs to be, but also like low and high, and mid, for that matter. Soundish, low sound, says Alan. Low sound, says God. Cody says sound. Lots of sounds. Okay, as sound as it gets. We've had a messing from Darwin is God, though. Listen, Craig Flynn says you're messing too. Are we going for like an imaginary straddle? Because the line's not here. Let's go for an imaginary straddle. I feel like anything too in your messing is a bit harsh, but I also don't think he was anything like his usual self either, to be honest. So, yeah, I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. Oh, Misty's not all right with that, though. Oh, okay, I've upset someone. I hate upsetting people. Dickie, yeah, you know what? You're right, mate. I should have more faith. Anyway, I'm going to keep him there, and if more people shout at me for that, then I'll deal with it. But for now, I'm quite happy. Anyway, Ibu. What I will say about Ibu, one standout moment for his game, and it was a little bit luck as opposed to judgment, but I guess from a centre-half perspective, he will have put himself in that position for a reason. It's when the Kluivert volley, and Alisson Becker's gone, and he's gone the wrong way, and Konate's there, and he gets a big block on it, a huge block on it. And Alisson, we spoke a minute ago about how boss he was. That save down low late on was just out of this world, and he made some decent saves along the way too, helped by his goal frame once or twice. But for that one, he's gone, and it's in, basically, except Ibu. Ibu is in the right place at the right time, and gets a big block on it, with the score still at 1-0 at the time, so massive moments. And a lot of people are giving him a lot of credit for his performance as well, which is nice. Totally boss. Yeah, like I say, his positioning may well have been very deliberate there, so I might be doing him a disservice by saying he just kind of ended up there. But yeah, I was very pleased with Reboot again, and a clean sheet, of course, for the lads. So yeah, I'm happy. Konate rarely falls below boss. That's a good assessment, Ash. That I like that a lot. Hi, Sayan. Hope you're good. No comment. Virgil van Dijk. I mean, I could just put him in Dead Eye Boss because that no-look pass and get on with my day, to be honest. Because it was just so unnecessary. Like, under a tiny bit of pressure, I feel like there was a Bournemouth player in his vicinity, but there was no need for him to do that. Like, he just felt the urge and thought, fuck it, why not? There was a moment as well, I think it was in the first half, where he picks up the ball from like a loose ball from a corner or a set piece or something, and he ends up like basically doing the Louis Diaz stroke Cody Gakpo role on the left wing. And just for a second, I think he tries to cross it left-footed, but I thought he was going to have a bone of it and really pull all the tricks out the bag, but he didn't. Instead, he was just quite good at being a defender. Boss for the, yeah, it's honestly, yeah, throwing it back to the Bobby Firmino days. And anything that reminds me of Bobby Firmino is a good thing in my book. He's probably my favourite footballer of all time. Captain Fantastic Boss. Calm as you like. Man is ridiculous. High Boss. Okay. Happy days. Andy Robbo. What do we make of Andy Robbo today? Good, I thought, back in his usual home of left back, of course, after his jaunty central defence in midweek. Yeah, I thought he was good. I thought he offered a lot of energy up and down the pitch, and that's something that's come under question for Robertson this season. Have his legs gone? Has he still got the engine to do that sort of shift? I think he does. I just don't think, me and Chris spoke about this a minute ago, I just don't think he's been at his usual level in terms of his performance. It's not really an over the hill, best days behind him conversation. I think it's just his performances, and his form's been a little bit off, and he's been a bit out of sorts maybe. But I thought today was much more like his usual self. Some low bosses coming in. Some good low bosses coming in as well. A large number of people having Robbo today, which is pleasing to see. Good redemption. And there's been a lot of criticism around Robertson, and not undeserved criticism as well. I've kind of understood why it's been levelled at him, to be honest with you, but I thought today was a much better performance. Okay, we got a mixture of low bosses and sound. Somebody said slap Robbo into boss. I'll do that for you, my friend. Whatever you say. Ryan Gravenberch next. Low boss, says Lucas as well. I think we've nailed that. Happy days. We did not nail the transition to getting this show on the road because that tray collapsed, but since then it's been fucking seamless, magic television. Ryan Gravenberch, what we doing with Ryan Gravenberch? Fella's a joke, isn't he? I said this lots of times. I've not done the past couple of these shows. I went to the Ipswich game and then I was not technically working the PSV game, but then kind of was. But anyway, I wasn't here for them. So I don't know what's been going on with Ryan Gravenberch's rankings. Not a lot in midweek because he didn't play. But I haven't personally put him anything below like a mid-boss this season. And I don't want that to change particularly. And I don't feel like it should either. And Misty agrees with me, as does Jack, as does Saying Roy as well. Ahmed kind of does. Upside down high boss. Okay, not sure why he's upside down, but high sound. He's not sound, was he? Silky's a good word. I like the word silky. And we've got a man the match shout for Gravenberch. Highest boss ever. God, we are. Man the match material. Okay, we're really having Grav. Really having him. Nice. I mean, I mentioned it in the previous bit of this show. That skill and turn and ability to get out of that situation when he was in a little bit of a tight spot surrounded by like 3 Bournemouth players and just manoeuvre his way out of there is just majestic. Like the fella, that shouldn't be your defensive midfielder. And I know by trade he's so much more than that, and you can see it in moments. You saw it last season, you saw it at Ajax, you never really got to see it by Munich, but whatever. So by trade he isn't your conventional 6 destroyer type, wins the ball, gives the ball. He's got so much more and so much more in his repertoire. But your defensive midfielder and your number 6 and your deepest lying one shouldn't be doing that, really. He shouldn't be making fools out of players, but fucking hell, that's what he does. Most important player this season so far, yeah, which is crazy to say. It's not the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, but when you consider the brilliance of Van Dijk and obviously Salah's numbers, the fact that you can even say that and not get laughed at the chat is testament to the man. And I don't disagree either. Let's do Alexis McAllister first, shall we? Obviously replaced relatively early in the second half due to being on a yellow card. And he committed a foul not long after getting booked either. It was a bit harsh. It was never yellow worthy. Just kind of kicks David Brooks, who just gets the ball ahead of him. But it did feel as though, had he have done another one, had he been cautioned again for a free kick, he might have been given his marching orders. So I think it was the right decision to get him off. And just in the thick of it, like the first 5 minutes felt like it was just McAllister. He had the overhead kick attempt, so he gets whacked in the face with an elbow. Then like 2 minutes later, he's involved in another, physical battle situation. He's just constantly involved in them sort of things. Quite unlucky not to score as well. Felt like had that have been like 2 inches or a few inches further to the left, that'd have been top corner that effort in the first half as well. So yeah, decent performance. See, Max got him straddling. You've got him boss, you've got him low boss, yeah, does what he needs to do. He is a very uncomplicated footballer, but with moments of magic and class as well along the way. But I think what you get from him, perhaps more than any of our midfielders, is that combative, that physical presence and that willingness to put your body on the line and all that sort of stuff, until Endo comes on and then makes him look like an absolute wimp. Okay, I think straddling's probably a good place for McAllister, to be honest, today. Good, but not in the same level as some of them. He is a winner, literally a World Cup winner. hopefully a Premier League winner. Dom Szoboszlai next. Let's do Dom Szoboszlai. I'm interested by people's take on this. I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold my breath for what we thought of Dom. Had a decent effort in the first half, like headed away before he got to the keeper. Decent hit, actually. At least it was on target. Lower sound was a minor hindrance. Okay. Sound. Yeah, weird game. Somebody said that. I think that's probably a good assessment, actually. I always want, when it's Diaz in that 9, I think I'm looking at Szoboszlai to be the guy to break the lines and to get into that third man running position and break into the box, and it never really materialised for him today. Was it a bad game? I don't think it was a bad game either. I've got to bring up this comment. It's in capital letters. Wearing tubs of flora on his feet is a new one on me. There were a couple of moments whereby he inexplicably hit the deck. Like, there was one actually when he's like in a decent shooting position and out of nowhere just goes flying. Like, I can't even begin to explain what it was. And there's one quite early in the first half, I feel like, too, when he runs into a bit of a blind alley and he's got not a lot of options or no real support. And there is a minor foul on him, maybe, but it definitely felt as though he just tried to win something there. So, yeah, it kind of underpinned and told the story this afternoon a little bit. Just, yeah, it got to a certain point and then it kind of broke down for him. So, not his greatest afternoon, but he's in great form. So, yeah, not going to be too critical. I'm going to pop him in like a high sound situation. Let's wait. Let's wait. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Let's do Luis Diaz first, shall we? What do you think of Luis Diaz? Blind alley? Oh, nice. I see what you did there. Perry. I was confused for a minute, but I get it. It is nice. It's on Redmen merch as well, by the way. And it's heavy. And it does the actual augmented reality thing. When you put your phone on it, it comes up with like the halo and that. It's heavy. Sharon Evans is saying Diaz boss. Dickie is saying Lucho was sound. I think there's a lot of good parts of Luis Diaz's game today. One of them was his sheer work ethic and the shift he put in. But that goes without saying, really, when it comes to Luis Diaz, to be honest with you. That's kind of par for the course when it comes to his performances. The other stuff, I think he did the other stuff well. He created a lot of space for those around him to operate in. And he picked the ball up in a lot of good areas, actually, and came deep for it a lot. It was often the man getting the ball and wanting the ball and all that sort of stuff. And some of his hold-up play was quite impressive too. He's got lovely footwork, hasn't he? That's one of his main attributes, one of his main facets to his game, actually. I just feel like I'm still left wanting more. Not from Diaz necessarily, but from Liverpool, from a centre-forward position. That's not really any blame on Diaz. He's doing the role to the best of his ability. And again, he's allowing Salah, Gakpo, Szoboszlai to a certain extent to get into more central areas and to get into more dangerous areas. So it is doing a job for the team, and the results speak for themselves. And while he's playing now, we keep winning games of footy, so I don't really know what I'm moaning about. But there are moments when, because Diaz comes deep to collect it, and Szoboszlai doesn't quite have the same instincts as you'd like, maybe, and he's not getting into the box into that central striker position enough, all of a sudden you've got both of them running from deep, driving into an area of like 3 or 4 defenders, and there's nobody to play the pass to. That makes sense. You can go wide to Salah or wide to Gakpo. But yeah, it feels like it's breaking down a little bit in that central area is what I'm trying to say. I do think we miss, I'm sorry. I do think we miss a striker is kind of what I'm saying. Or an out-and-out one, anyway. Gakpo is absolutely number 1 choice on the left. Lucho works hard being played out of position. Yeah, I think he's playing very well. He's not playing badly. I just feel like there's something missing from his game right now. And it might just be the fact that he isn't in his most natural positions, which is fine. But yeah, anyway, give back Salah the Ballon d'Or. Well, we'll deal with Salah in a minute. We'll deal with Salah. Don't jump the gun. You can tell he wants to drift wide. He wants to drift everywhere, doesn't he? And that's a real positive to his game, actually, because again, he goes to where the ball and where the game requires sometimes. And I love that about him. He's hungry for work, Luis Diaz, whether it be defensively or in attacking sense. So I cannot fault that, and I will not fault that. I just think at times that leaves us short of a presence up front, is what I'm trying to say. But having said all of that, I thought he was okay. I'm going to put him on the board at some point, I swear to God. Let's pop him there. Well, he knocked Trent Alexander-Arnold at him. Cody Gakpo. Under Ali straddling. Yeah, I think I didn't even see that comment, but I think I nailed that. Good. Cody Gakpo. What do you think of Cody Gakpo? Won the pen. Won the pen. Won the pen. Low, you're messing, Willie. That feels a bit extreme. That feels a bit low. No, I'm not having low. We won 2-0 against a very good Bournemouth side. I'm not doing low. You're messing for anyone. It's not happening. High sound, and plus it's Cody Gakpo, so that won't be happening. Sound, high sound. I don't think it was greatest performance ever either, by the way. Yeah, I think he actually ran out of legs a little bit. And I think Szoboszlai falls into the category as well. Looks like he ran out of gas towards the latter stages of it. And I think, yeah, he was one of them. Ran out of ideas a little bit, ran out of energy a touch. Yeah, okay. Next to Dom, ironically. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Somebody who won't be next to Dom is Mohamed Salah. Penalty was good. I won't lie to you. Salah on pens has never made me feel completely at ease, but he's made me look a fool more often than not now. And today was one of them. So I'm just going to relax and just let him do his thing at this point. From 12 yards anyway. I know how boss he is everywhere else, but pens have never... Maybe it's because I was literally in that very stadium 2 years ago watching him blaze a penalty over. But today was the opposite. Today was a proper penalty. Low into the corner. Kepa. You could have put 5 Kepas in there and he wasn't saving that. Mainly because it's 5 Kepas, but also because the penalty was absolutely top draw. Okay. Salah on the ceiling, on the board is a crime. Okay. Second goal. The second goal it's vintage Mo Salah. It's trademark Mo Salah. It's him at his very, very best. And he doesn't really hit it. He just kind of places it. But it's the fact that, well, Bournemouth left him one-on-one with Kirkes quite a lot this afternoon, which is a bit of a surprise because often teams double up on him because it's Mo Salah. But at this point, he doesn't even try and beat his man. He just stands him up, takes his touch, takes his time, and just places it in the top corner. It really is. And when the game is so in the balance, and Bournemouth have hit the post twice by this point. Alisson Becker has been called upon twice. The Clivehurst had that gilt edge opportunity missed as well. That's when you need your Mo Salahs this world to step up and go, don't worry about this, I've got this. And that's what he does. Because that's just what he does. Dicky over the second goal is known as the Salah. Yeah, after all that chitter chatter, how high should he be? He should be high, is kind of the point. High boss, man the match. Okay. Yeah, okay. Mainly because it's... Yeah, sorry. Boss of Royal, Sultan of Swing. Okay. How do you say so? That's a good point. I guess it's that old thing, like when those around you lose their heads, and Salah just is the absolute epitome of cool, calm and collected in those situations. Below Grav, I don't think he's below anyone, is he? Is he below anyone? Pushkas. It's not Pushkas territory, but it's good. It's very good. But I never thought the one he scored against Everton was Pushkas territory, to be honest. But here we are. Who am I? Who am I to judge great goals? Clearly, high boss from Mo. Yeah, that ball for it was boss. That was a very good ball, actually. It felt like the assist was coming today for Mo, but it never. I'm going to put him next to Ryan Gravenberch. Then we're going to do the subs, and then we're going to do man the match. Let me just grab all the subs dead quickly. Darwin. I think that was it, wasn't it? 4 subs. I might need Arne Slot as well. And man the match. I've got everything I need. Everything I need. This is going to be good fun. Right, let's do Conor Bradley first. I thought Conor Bradley was really good, actually, when he came on. Won like his first big duel. Won it well, too. Firm in the challenge, gets on the front foot and attacks there after, and actually pulls back a decent ball towards Darwin, but we never managed to capitalise on it. But yeah, I thought Conor's cameo was an impressive one, but again, that shouldn't shock us whatsoever, because yeah, he just is that footballer basically. Love him, what a player. Yeah, of course. High sound, boss. High sound. We're going high for Conor. We're going high. I like that. Needed the energy, absolutely. Let's go high then. Can he slot in there? If you'll pardon the pun. Yeah, he can slot in there. Lovely. Curtis Jones. Speaking of slotting in, I never envisaged Curtis Jones being part of this match day squad at all. Like, he didn't train. He hasn't trained. I don't know what's going on. But there he was. And very impactful he was as well. Me and Chris spoke just before the game, actually, about like the absence of Chiesa. I'm not going to get sidetracked too much on that because it's not a conversation for now, really. But it hadn't really dawned on me that the balance of the bench was really good, but there was a seemingly unfit Curtis Jones and a seemingly not up to speed Diogo Jota included on the bench, whilst Chiesa, who's just played 90 minutes, who should be fresh, fit, etc., wasn't. So that was odd. But the Curtis Jones inclusion turned out to be the most normal thing in the world because he was ready for minutes and he was ready to have a good game as well. I thought he was very, very good. Of course, gets the assist for the second, starts the second as well. Massive involvement in that. A couple of decent moments in the round or two, wins some free kicks. And it's interesting how, I mentioned earlier on, Arne Slot was crying out for control at one point during the second half. And his first sub, the minute he gets the opportunity, is Curtis Jones coming on. Because I think that's what he offers. I think that's what he brings to the table. People get frustrated with him sometimes in terms of chewing up the ball and is over touching and over complicating the matters sometimes. But what he can offer is genuine balance and genuine control. And I thought he brought that today. And as did you guys. Curtis was high sound, boss. We haven't really dipped below a high sound at this point, which I'm really pleased about, apart from Peanut Butter, who absolutely flies in the face of what I just said there. Thanks for making me look a dick, Peanut Butter. High sound, boss, high sound. Okay, I've made my assessment. Nobody's corrected me really yet today, which is nice. Last time I did this, I got all kinds. Let's do Darwin next. I've had a super chat. What are we saying here? Are we all City support? God, that makes me feel sick. Go and get a shower or a bath, whichever takes your fancy, but probably, yeah. We have to sign Modan, man the match, goat, never walk. Yeah, listen, I still maintain we have to sign all three of them. Virgil van Dijk, Mo Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold. They all need new contracts. They all deserve new contracts. Mo Salah, obviously. But don't keep your powder dry in the man the match for like literally another 40 seconds, please. We want a draw there. Darwin got subbed. Are we doing Darwin, aren't we? Low boss for Darwin. High sound. He gets back and defends. Yeah, he does do that. He did really well right at the end of that, actually. Again, another one who, whatever you think of his, and this shouldn't be enough to make you play for Liverpool, by the way, but his commitment to the cause, I feel like I say it every week, remains a constant and remains top class. And again, that was another example of that today. I do want him to score more goals, and I want him to have more positive, tangible impact at the other end of the pitch. But whilst we're winning games and whilst he's contributing to that in terms of whatever it looks like, he'll do for me for a little bit. Low boss, high sound, low boss. Cool. Wataru Endo. What do we make of Wataru Endo today? I mean, literally, we're talking minutes at the end, but comes on for Mo Salah. Gives Mo Salah a rest, which in of itself is enough for a boss for me. But I'll let you decide in a minute. And then I did see that giving the ball and he'll work hard thing about Darwin, which I'm, I think quite funny actually. Sound. Everyone's saying sound. Didn't really see him. Okay, sound. Let's not mess around then. Arne Slot. Again, another game, another example of Arne Slot's changes, paying dividends. You could even extend Arne Slot's management of today to what happened earlier on in the week. I said it on our pre-match build-up show yesterday. He pays Bournemouth the utmost respect by leaving so many big hitters at home. He's then gone full strength today, or what he perceives as full strength today. And it works, maybe not in its fullest of terms, but it works, gets the job done, certainly. Then he makes changes that have positive impacts on games of football once again. Everything he touches turns to football matches won. Yeah, he's good, isn't he? Stick him on the boss. Boss. I didn't get stuck. You don't need to adjust your sets. It was just me repeating boss. Great week for the gaffer, boss. It's mad that we can say great week, considering we lost a game of football in the week, but it absolutely does not matter. Dutch Steve boss. That's a good way of doing it. Right then, finally, the last thing we need to do all day, and then you can go off and enjoy the rest of your Saturday nights. Who does this belong to? Who does this belong to? Come on. Give it to me. C-Max says Salah. Man the match, got to be Salah. Mo. How do you like it? Come on. Talk to me. Slot boss, magic touch. I'm going to go back while I wait for some more. Golden ball head. Come on. Who's man the match? I'm just waiting for it to update. Sorry. Alisson, Mo, has to be Mo. Alisson again. Gravenberch. Okay. Mo playing a match to Robbo. Got lots of different shouts coming in now, which I quite like. It's rare that we have like 4 or 5 different names thrown at me at this point. However, my mind's made up. This is all rendered absolutely pointless because I know for a fact where I'd be going. Hi, Salah, barbecue man the match. That's Alisson Becker, isn't it? Man the match, Mo Salah, just ahead of Alisson, says Craig. Mo man the match. Guess what? It's Mo Salah. And Alisson was brilliant. Konate was very good. Van Dijk was exceptional. Robertson was great. Gravenberch. But Liverpool win that game 2-0. Mo Salah scores both goals, which is in a way only part of the story. But when it is a very evenly contested game and we are tested to almost the fullest of extents, that's when you need your big game players and the players that get you to titles. I spoke to Mark Levinson yesterday, and this is a very much an aside. But like, attackers win your games of football and defences win your league, which is kind of true. And I spoke to him about that. Obviously, great centre half, him and Alan Hansen, whatever. But it's games like today whereby you can be as up for it as you want. It's a real physical battle, loads of 50-50s, quite scrappy, quite sloppy, a little bit, intense game of football. But then it's moments that win your games like today. And Mo Salah has 2 moments. He has the penalty and he has his second goal. And he does both of them with the most consummate of ease and the most insane brilliance you could ever possibly see. So as good as Alisson was, and he was, because that save at the end is silly, proper silly. Ryan Gravenberch, we all know what I think about Ryan Gravenberch, wonderful footballer, etc., etc., etc. Mo Salah wins the game for us. And not just in a way where like he got 2 goals. They're 2 goals of the highest class. So it's Mo Salah. After all that, it's Mo Salah. Thank you. It's going to go there, just above his head, because, yeah, fella's a genius. Chris, have you seen that? Thank you so much, genuinely, for getting involved in this bit, the last bit, all the bits before. I say it millions of times, but genuinely, all of this would be a waste of time without you guys at home. Certainly this bit of the show, because, yeah, it's literally you telling me what to do. Michaela, I'm going to leave that on screen for a minute. No, but genuinely, thank you for getting involved as ever. Much appreciated. The good comments, the bad comments, whatever. This is what it's all about. Yeah, Liverpool Football Club, top of the league. It's good, isn't it? Feels good to say it as well, Mo Salah's a genius. Alisson Becker's best goalkeeper in the world. Van Dijk's the best centre-half in the world. Ryan Gravenberch, probably the best DM in the world as well. Yeah, Liverpool might be one of the best football teams in the world, which is pretty sweet as well. Sounds, thank you again. I will see you all on Thursday for the watch-along. I'm hosting the watch-along, which is new, isn't it? So come along for that. Yeah, look forward to it. Podcast on Monday as usual. All the other good stuff. I mentioned the chat I had with Mark Levinson. There's also a conversation with James Pearce I had on Friday. Rounds up the entirety of the January transfer window from a Liverpool point of view. We actually managed to get 40 minutes out of it, so go and check that out as well. But honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are the best. Take care. See you soon.